What's up, Warrior? Hey, welcome back. And today I'm going over a list of top sales team killers. Today I'm going to go through mistake number 2. I'm titling it Assumptions Are Deadly. So if this sounds like something interesting to you, be sure to like this, share this as well too. And I'd love to hear your comments on this topic before. My goal today is to save yourself some time, energy, and money. So if you guys don't know, I've been in the online business world for the last 13 years, top sales leader for many of those years. And I've seen and made a lot of leadership issues myself. I've killed off many teams, to be honest, and I've seen many teams die. So my goal is to share these mistakes with you so that you can hopefully avoid them and continue to move forward. Or if you have made them, that you might correct yourself so that you can continue to make the impact and the income that you want in your business. But I'll share with you a story of where I learned this lesson. This was early on my career, but I remember I had a teammate that I was scheduled to train. And this person, we were going to be meeting up, and I blocked out my time. And as we all know, time is more valuable than money. So I was getting ready. And as we were getting close to the appointed time, this person wasn't responding to me. So I'm at the appointment. I give it 5 minutes. He's not there. 10 minutes. He's not there. 15 minutes. Let me know in the comments, by the way. How much time do you give to people before you just call it off? Usually for me, it's 15 minutes. 15 minutes. It flies by for me. I'm like, man, what's going on? Haven't heard from this person. And I got angry. I got frustrated. One of the biggest things that that is my pet peeve is disrespect. And I think disrespecting someone's time is one of the biggest things because time is life. So I make a decision to teach this person a lesson. So I get out my phone. Some of you might know where this is going. I get up my phone and I'm typing up this huge paragraph. And I'm basically saying, I'm here. Where are you? You are disrespecting my time. Like, this is not a good culture to have. Like, I'm like giving it to this person. I'm like, never again will this person make this mistake. I thought I was giving a leadership lesson. Type it all up, send it. I feel good. And I'm waiting. And within the next couple of minutes, he sends me back a message with this huge long paragraph. And after I read this paragraph, I went from victory to completely ashamed because I found out this person's mom was in the hospital. This person just found out that that had happened. It was an emergency. And he was now helping the mom. Well, would you care to take a guess how that relationship went afterwards? He never responded to me after that moment. That relationship was eternally hurt, and that team died. So assumptions are extremely deadly, and we all make them. We're naturally prejudiced people. Our subconscious mind, we have paradigms and habits built up so that we can protect ourselves and save time. But if we truly care about your team and you want to make sure that we can continue growing in a healthy way, as leaders, I believe it's important that we put some policies and standards in place to avoid these types of situations because assumptions are absolutely deadly. So let me submit to you 3 things to do that I learned from those mistakes that have helped me now develop sales teams around the world. We've developed one of the fastest growing organizations around the world. And I believe that my relationships with people are pretty good now. I'm always working on things. I'm not perfect, but they're a lot better than where they were before. So number 1 tip is this. When you deal with a situation with someone else, you have a conflict, you're trying to resolve something, I'd submit to go in and give them the benefit of the doubt. You see, I think where a lot of us come from is we come in because we're hurt with our emotions, and we naturally think that people hurt us intentionally. And it might be because of many different reasons. You've been hurt in life, there's legitimate things. I get it. But what I've typically found is more often than not, most people aren't intentionally trying to hurt somebody. Most of us, now there's some exceptions to the rule, but most of us generally want to do good. Most of us want to respect people. Most of us want to be kind to people. So what I found is if I go in assuming someone's guilty before proven innocent, then that automatically puts a filter on me and I'm trying to prove and confirm the negative facts. And it just doesn't feel good. Now, sometimes it's true, right? Now, I think track record's important. I think there are times when if you've seen what's happened in the past, you've had a history now, I believe trust is something that is built. But in general, even with those that have proven that they've had some bad past, I still would encourage to try your best to give a benefit of the doubt. Think for yourself. If you were in a situation that you could have been misunderstood, wouldn't you like it if someone gave you the benefit of the doubt to at least share your side of the story? So I give the benefit of the doubt. So I go in with the framework of let's just see what happened. I'm gonna just say maybe something bad happened. Maybe they forgot. Maybe their phone disconnected, right? Like give yourself these things because even if it's not true, at least it helps you with your sanity. Okay, like put a one in the comments if that resonates at all. Give a benefit of the doubt when dealing with a sales situation, a team situation. Number two, when dealing with conflicts, is ask open ended questions. Okay, we're not trying to be lawyers and try to pin someone down and make them say something that we want them to say. No one likes to be interrogated. But if you want an honest truth, then the best way about it, you go in with the benefit of the doubt. And number two, just ask, hey, what happened? Right? If I could go back to this other conversation that I had that I did wrong, I would have said, let's just say his name is John. Hey, John, I noticed you missed your appointment today. Is everything okay? Right? Like I just ask a question. Just let them answer. We don't know. I'm not going to say, hey, John, we missed our appointment. You should have known to do this and make it better. Why didn't you? Right now, that's a condemning, interrogating tone. And automatically, you come off at a very offensive way, and it's not going to build more trust. What's a key here? The goal is not necessarily to win the argument. The goal is to win the person. Type that in the chat if you're listening to this or jot it down. Win the person. Now, I don't want to win the argument. If it's in a team environment, I want to win the person because we're going to be building something together. So I want to always just be able to continue to build trust. So ask open ended questions. Number three, final thing when dealing with these conversations is listen until you can make a proper judgment. There's an art to listening, right? You have a situation that comes up. I'll give you an example. Um, I deal a lot with in the business of network marketing. There are situations, and this goes with any sales situation, but there's situations when a partner will be talking to another prospect about their business. And then all of a sudden, there's another partner that was also having a prospecting conversation with that same prospect. So what happens is we get defensive, right? We're like, man, that's mine or that's mine. Like we just don't know. So what happens sometimes is people can get really riled up because they think that this other person is stealing that other person's prospect. Maybe you've had that happen to you before. Okay. So this happened to me, and I had a leader bring this up to my attention. And I'm like, they're like, hey, this teammate is stealing a prospect. What are you going to do about it? I'm like, wow, okay, well, that's not good. So I approached this other teammate, and what do? Well, number one, I give them the benefit of the doubt. Number two, I'm asking open-ended questions. And number three, I am listening until I can make a right assessment, right? I have to hear the facts because sometimes it might be wrong. Sometimes it might be right. Sometimes it's in between, the gray area. So I have to listen. So I approached this person. I said, hey, I heard that this situation happened from this person. Um, I'd love to find out. I know there's two sides of the story in all the situations. Like, what happened? Right. So I'm giving them that. I'm asking, well, what happened? And this person says, blah, 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 and gives me the entire history of what happened. I listen, I listen, I listen until I can assess all the facts. And I saw enough in this situation where I said, there was a complete misunderstanding of what happened. And this other person made a rash judgment and basically came up to a conclusion that was incorrect, but then gave it over to me. But when I had this other conversation to assess all the facts, we looked at it objectively, right? No emotions attached. And we're like, actually, everything was totally fine. Everything was kosher. Everything was like done right. And guess what happened? At the end of that, it was resolved. And it's so important that we do this. You see, I think leadership and relationship management, if you want to build a big organization, if you want to build a big business, it's always going to be outside of just ourselves. So you could be the best salesperson in the world, you can be the best presenter in the world, you can have the best marketing in the world. Those are all helpful. But as John Maxwell says, organizations rise and fall in leadership. This could be in a church, this could be in your family, this is definitely in your business. So if you want to grow something big, the reality is we're always going to face probably the hardest thing to work with, which is people, because people are all different, right? We all have emotions, we all have different stuff. So leadership is important, that we're able to know how to navigate around the mistakes so that we can have more wisdom to know how to navigate in the wise way. And if you do it the right way, you'll see how you can win the favor of so many different relationships. You'll see that you're going to be so different from the masses because most people, especially now, because of technology, because things like artificial intelligence, because we're all filtered now, the more and more technology there is, the lesser skill set there is when it comes to communication, especially interpersonal relationships. And if your leadership, your wisdom, your ability to navigate these situations goes up, you actually are an incredibly valuable asset because lesser people know how to handle these things. But if you commit yourself to becoming a better leader, if you're able to learn this wisdom and act it out, if you're able to have in this mistake of knowing that assumptions are deadly and giving people the benefit of the doubt, asking open-ended questions, and then listening until you can make a proper judgment, if you actually implement these, warrior, you're going to see how your business and life are going to be so much better. So I hope that this was helpful. Let me know in the comments below, like, have you ever made a wrong assumption? Let me know any lessons that you've learned as well too. And I hope that this lesson itself was helpful for you too. And I hope that it really does help you navigate around some weird situations. If it was, consider subscribing to my podcast for this plus a lot more. You can find it on YouTube, Spotify, Apple as well too. Consider sharing this. I hope that this really saves you a lot of energy out there. Otherwise, other than that, stay tuned. I'm going to be continuing to go through this list of mistakes that hopefully you don't have to make them and I can just make them for you. On that, talk soon. War is out.